Alright, I'm back. I wasn't planning on playing any more 2d6 dungeon today, but I don't know. I just was itching to play again. It's just... I can only really recommend the game. It's super fun, and also if you can just set it up somewhere, leave it lying out. I've got lying on my desk and laying on my desk, I'm sorry. Messed up my words there. And so if I've got like a free hour throughout the day, I can return to it and roll up 2 or 3 rooms and then continue on with my day. And yeah, I don't know, I really enjoy it. Gives sort of drawing prompts as well. As you can see, since the last video, I've fleshed out the dungeon map a bit more, put in the temple, put in the empty room, and put in the apothecary. And yeah, I've also gone and looked up what these potions do that we got last time. And the healing potions heal up to 10 HP, but only up to the HP maximum. So if we'd use them right now, we'd only be getting 4 HP. So I think I'm going to hold off on that. Although 6 HP is enough that 1d6 damage would be able to kill us. I don't know. But it's also possible to use potions in battle, so I think I'll wait. And the finesse potion does indeed give shift for 1 whole combat, actually. 2 extra shift, which sounds really strong. Then, as a little reminder, because I know it's not really readable the whole time, the small items, still got all of the starting items, few empty pouches, dried pumpkin seeds, handful of nails, and a pouch of human teeth. You know, just for good luck, as you do. Okay. I think the apothecary was a dead end, and I wanted to continue along this archway, sort of into the middle of the dungeon. So let's do that. See what we find. A 4x2 room with, I roll up the doors first, 1 single door. Okay. In that case, that room fits in here very nicely. Four by 2, and let's see what we find. I'm hoping for some more unique rooms maybe, or something to get a bit of money. We don't have a lot of coins yet, and between levels you can return to like a village. I guess just the outside world. Can actually do that during the level as well, once I believe, and buy equipment there, sell treasure you found and so on, but we don't have much, and I doubt anyone's gonna buy the human teeth off of us, so A3 and A5, which is, there it is, another empty space. Amazing. Room has been left empty, floor is swept clean, walls washed, the space is silent, there's no one here, archways, and not unique. Wow. I guess I won't mark that this time. Doesn't make any sense. Let's continue. Let's hope for a nice big room in the middle here. I'd like that. Ooh, 5 and a 6. Okay, so no large room, but at least somewhat big. Let's see. I'll go down to here. Okay. It's a 5 by 6. Ooh, 3 doors. Now this is gonna get interesting because there's no really space for a door down here. The way I put the room. Maybe should have rolled that up beforehand. But oh well. Like that. And I've left out the door on the bottom because it's not going to lead anywhere. So obviously you don't have to strictly adhere to what the dice are saying. The rules even say you can close off doors or connect two doors that are close to each other where no room could be, so then it sort of just reveals itself to be just another corridor. Yeah, so, and I want a nice looking map at the end as well. Just, I don't know, very pleasing to look at. Like for example, here behind this reinforced door, there's like a space where there can only really be a little small like broom closet. So I don't know, I might just close that off and say there's a small, closet there or whatever. We haven't even looked beyond that door, so might be unknown forever. 3 and a 4. Almost a 3 and a 5 again, another empty space. I would have been kind of annoyed. A prayer room. To one side is a wall-mounted symbol above a small altar and cushion. Roll a d6. On 1 to 4, we roll on L1R. And after you search the room and if you survive, sounds bad if you survive, roll on RATT1. And it's got curtains leading off from it. Okay. So curtains, I believe, are like a little squiggly line, and we'll get to those when we survive the room. And it's unique. Okay, so I'll put in a little 8, room number 8, prayer room. And let's roll. So on a 1 to 4, I think we've got a fight on our hands. 3, okay, we're fighting. L1R. Let me quickly look for that. That's the level 1 religious enemy table I think we rolled on before. Yes. Last time we got the crazed preacher, which didn't really do much. See who we are fighting this time. Oh no, sounds bad. A cultist and a crazed preacher. Okay. Okay, crazed preacher has 4 hit points. And the cultist we've not yet encountered, so I'll have to have a quick look. I'm sorry. 5 HP, okay. At least they're not super tanky, but I'm afraid the cultist might be able to do some damage now. I messed that up, okay. Yeah, let's get fighting. And hope we survive, I guess. So, one thing I have not mentioned yet is there's actually a bonus for going sort of into the fight with so much speed to kill the first enemy in the first round. So if you manage to sort of one-hit one of multiple enemies, you get, I think, bonus shift as like a sort of flurry of blows or like a rush. I don't know how you would call it. I don't know the specifics just because it hasn't mattered yet, but we might be able to do that here if we focus on the crazed preacher first. I'm just looking at the interrupts. So the crazed preacher blocks on primary force, so doesn't matter, I'm sorry. And the rope swoop by the cultist on secondary force. Okay, so our heavy slash does 1 less damage. Well, let's attack the crazed preacher, I suppose. Hope we kill him and get that adrenaline rush or whatever. 3 and a 4, that sounds good. Let's shift that down to a 3 and a 2. This is wrong, we don't have bonus shift yet. And do d6 damage using the thrust. 6. Okay. So the crazed preacher never stood a chance. And now I actually have to look up what I was talking about earlier. I'll be right back. This might take a while. Found it. If you are fighting multiple creatures and kill a creature in the first round of combat, you gain momentum that strikes fear into your next opponent. Oha. For combat round 2 only, you gain +2 shift. So next round will have 2 more shift, and this rule is called fearful momentum. Alright, but first we gotta get attacked by the cultist. A4 and A2. So he's got 1 shift and he needs a primary 5. I didn't say beforehand, but he's got a 5 and a 4 as his maneuver. So no luck there. Because he's only got 1 shift, so he can't get his secondary 2 up to a 4. Second round of combat, and only we this time have 2 extra shifts, so we have 4 shift, which might really help us here. 4 and a 2 again, but this time for us. Yeah, so let's use our 4 shift to gain up to a 6 and a 4. Now I know he's gonna interrupt that with the rope swoop on secondary 4s, but that only means our attack does 1 damage less, so the slash is still better than the thrust. So let's do that. So this will be doing d6 plus 1 damage, which is 4 in this case, which is annoying. So his rope saved him there. Oh, also, I just realized I forgot to give myself the XP for killing the crazed preacher. But he only gives 5, so we're not leveling up yet. But the cultist will give 6 HP, so if we survive this fight, which I think we will with all our potions, we'll be leveling up. Okay, so now I lost my train of thought. The cultist attacks back. 5 and a 4, that is an exact strike, but that's actually something only we can do, enemies can't. So although he rolled his maneuver exactly, he doesn't gain any damage bonus from that, which is nice. But still, he does d6 minus 2 damage. However, finally our padded tunic is coming in useful. Because his maneuver has a primary 5, we can block 1 of that damage. So this will be d6 minus 3. Which is 0. Nice. Okay. Round 3 of combat. Let's see if we can't deal 1 damage to this fool. 6 and a 3. Yeah. Shift that up. Oop, can't find it. And so this will again be doing d6 plus 1 damage, so really no point in rolling. Oops. 1 damage at least, 5 in this case. So he's dead as well. So that's another 6 XP for us, which means we're at 101, which will be a level up. And also we gotta roll for loot and roll for room loot. So I'll do the level up first, I'll do it off camera and come back and tell you what changed, because I don't know that off the top of my head right now. And then we'll roll for all the loot. Okay, I'm back. I did the level up, so what changed? First of all, every time we level up, we gain 10 HP, so 10 HP healed, and as you might notice, this is now 16, so above 10, because our max HP also increases by 10. Our level increased, okay. I've just erased all of the XP and put 101 here, so we have a bit more space, because we want to keep gaining XP, of course. Are precision increased by 1? Sometimes shift and discipline might increase, but not on the first level up. There's a table in the rules telling you all the details. And that's about it. So sometimes you might gain extra maneuvers, but from level 1 to 2, we still are only allowed to have 2 maneuvers and 2 level 1 maneuvers at that. So I didn't really see a point in changing any of these. That's one more thing you can do. You can always swap out on a level up one of your maneuvers against another one that you are allowed. So I could have switched out one of these, but I don't know. I feel like these have been doing us really well, so I'll just keep them. Seems like a nice combination of damage and sort of easy to hit. But yeah, that's the level up, and to level up to level 3 we're going to have to reach 500 XP next. So stakes have increased. Now, I said we were going to roll for treasure. The crazed preacher lets us roll on the religious pouch table 1 and the cultist as well, both with no penalty. So let's do that. Could have prepared this while the camera wasn't running, but I didn't. Religious pouch table 1. So this is a 2d6 roll, and we can do it twice. So that's an 8. There are some smooth pebbles in the pouch mixed in with some cathoto spines. Okay, I suppose we'll take those. I guess those are 2 things, and I'll separate them. I'm not sure. I'll just say we'll have a pouch of smooth pebbles and we'll take out the spines, cathoto spines, which I believe is one of the plants, like healing herbs and so on in this game. And we can roll again for the second enemy, and that's a 6. Inside the pouch are some human teeth. A fine addition to my collection. Why not? I hope no one controls our pockets, because there's going to be questions. Alright, now for the room, the prayer room. After you search the room, and if you survive, which we did, roll on RATT1. Now this is another table I'll have to have a quick look for. The Religious Artifacts Treasure Table 1. Now that sounds pretty nice. This again is just 2d6, and I'll double check, but no penalty. So let's hope for a nice artifact, whatever those do. An 8, that's above average. There is a fine ceremonial silk robe here, worth 2d6 silver coins. Okay. A potion of fidelity and an empty pouch. That's a lot of stuff. I'll note down the potion. I'll note down the pouch. The empty pouch, that is. And now I don't know, I suppose the robe is a large object because it's a piece of clothing. I'm not exactly sure. Or if that would be treasure. I guess it's the Religious Artifacts Treasure Table. 2d6 silver coins. Value. Okay. 8 silver coins. I'll mark it down as treasure because it says treasure on the table. So silk robe, and I'll put the value in parentheses. Yeah, 8 silver coins. So we might be able to sell that when we leave between levels. I just noticed that the focus again is sort of not behaving. I hope it's not too bad. I've got a bit of a janky setup here, held together by sticky tape and prayers, and yeah. But I think it should be fine. Alright, that's that. Now the room was unique, which I didn't actually write down. And it's got curtains leading off from it. Now, I don't remember what exactly curtains do, but I know where to look it up, so... Okay, I've quickly looked up if the curtains are anything we should worry about. I don't think we have to. I couldn't find anything in the rules. And also I've again prettied up the map just because it feels nice if it's not just a blank set of boxes. Okay, let's continue onwards to the right here. I think we should start exploring this half a bit more. And again, let's hope for a very big room. I would like one more of those at least. 1x6 corridor. So much for a big room. But I'm sure this is just preparation for a big room leading off from this. Okay. One archway in this case, because corridors always have archways. And roll for the next room. 1x1, which means we roll again. Now, this isn't very likely to become a big room, but okay. And a 4x6, or 6x4 I should say, which will be a 7x5. Now, for doors, 3 doors, not 3, but roll the 3, so 1 door. Maybe have that going off in the middle up here. Yeah, so 7x5, 35 squares. I was thinking 36 for large rooms, but that's not correct, right? It's 32, I believe. I know I even said it earlier. Exactly, 32. So we will be rolling on the large rooms table in a second. Now, what are we hoping for? I don't know. I don't want to have a too close of a look at the table. I'd rather be surprised. An 8. A sparring chamber. This is a training room where there is a circle of sand in which a warrior and a scout are sparring. Oh, another warrior. They turn and attack, of course. What else? And if we survive, we get some maybe good loot, I think, because we're rolling on a table with +2 to the roll, which sounds good. It's got wooden doors, okay. And is not unique. Interesting. So the large rooms aren't always unique, apparently. I mean, makes sense. You must have at least one large room that you can always sort of fall back onto. Okay, so the scout apparently has 5 HP and the warrior has 9. We fought him earlier. Also, I've looked up what the potion of fidelity does. I'd completely forgotten. So this gives +1 precision for 1 whole dungeon level. So I'm thinking I might drink that once we get down to level 2, because seems like a bit of a waste drinking it now, halfway through level 1. Also, we've not used our precision yet. You need that for picking locks and so on. So if it becomes necessary, I might, but I think we'll save it for level 2. Okay, so let's say we'll attack the scout first. Again, if we get lucky and are able to get that momentum, it'll be really nice for the next round. A5 and A3. Now this is perfect. Let's get that up to A6 and A4, which will be a heavy slash again. Now the scout has an interrupt, a swift jump on primary 1s and 6s, which will mean they take 2 less damage. So a heavy slash will just do d6 damage instead of d6 plus 2. Okay, it might not be doing any damage, I guess. Okay, scout attacks back. Needs a 5 and a 3 or a 6 and a 2. Gets a 6 and a 3 and it's got 1 shift. So, okay, now actually this means that the scout could get down to the 5 and the 3 or down to the 6 and the 2. So both maneuvers are sort of accessible. In that case, we have to let them use the one that does the most damage or is the most sort of devastating for us. Because of course, if they can, they will. Which in this case will be the 6 and the 2. Which is a quick charge doing d6 minus 2 damage. The other one would have been d6 minus 3. And also the other one would have been reduced by our armor. d6 minus 2 rolls a 1, so no damage either. Everyone's rolling bad. Let's see if the warrior does anything. Needs a 4 and a 3 or a 1 and a 2, but only has 1 shift, so can't get down to a 3 here. Okay, very non-productive first round of combat. But that was a chance for the fearful momentum, so I think if I read that correctly, it only applies if you kill an enemy during the first round of combat. So we'll just be going normal from now on. 6 and a 2. Again, I'm still attacking the scout. I didn't say. Yeah, we can get that up to a 6 and a 4 again. Now, scout will jump again, annoyingly. So, once again, just d6 damage. 4. Okay, so I just checked back the video because I was confused why the scout didn't have any damage yet. So in the first round we did the same thing. We did d6 damage and I rolled a 1 but didn't mark anything down. So actually it's looking better than I thought. With the 1 from the first round and the 4 from this round, we've actually killed the scout just then, which will make this a bit easier and gives 9 XP. It's quite a bit, up to 110. So that also means we won't get attacked back by them. Instead, the warrior will just attack us. 2 and a 4, which he can't do anything with because he only has 1 shift and he needs a 4 and a 3 or a 1 and a 2, as I said. So that's another round gone. No, I keep wanting to take the extra shift early. 6 and a 2 for us. Keep rolling that, because with our 2 shift we can use a heavy slash against the warrior. So let's see if he has any interrupts on primary 4s and on secondary 3s, which both don't concern us. So we'll be doing the full d6 plus 2 heavy slash damage. 4. Fine. I feel like this +2 damage is really carrying this run so far, because I've been rolling low on it and then it still does decent damage just because it's got +2. Round 4, no, never mind. He has to attack back. I'm all over the place, I'm sorry. 4 and a 2. He has a 4 and a 3, as I said, so he'll be able to get that off, with which is a flurry. D6 minus 3 damage. 0 again. At least I'm rolling low for the enemies as well. We've really not had like a really hard hit, except for the apothecary maybe. Okay. Now it's getting interesting. Now we're up to bonus shift. I'm hoping to get off another heavy slash and just end this. Okay. Spoke too soon. Miss. And yeah, that's enough said. Let him attack back. 3 and a 2. He's got the bonus shift as well. Now, because of the bonus shift, he can shift this one down to a 1, which is a 1 and a 2, which is his slash. So we are comparing slashes, it seems. But his only does d6 minus 2 damage. But of course he rolled a 6, so we're taking 4 damage. Now that's a new high score, sort of. As for damage we've taken. Ouch. Not great. Might have to start looking at one of those healing potions soon. Now 2 bonus shift. Let's see if we miss again. No. Okay. 2 and a 4. 2 and a 4. Surely we can do something with that. Oh yeah, we can even get up to the heavy slash, because we now have a total of 4 shift. And just shift that up by 4. 6 and a 4, he doesn't have interrupts, as I said earlier. Now this, come on, at least a 3. Okay. I'm not complaining. Let's just end the fight right there. Doing 8 damage, overkill again, but why not? So, how much XP was that? 22. Alright. These guys give very good XP, I gotta say. So, let's see if we get any goodies. As for the scout, we just get to roll on pouch table 1, and for the warrior as well. So we'll do that. Which is 2d6 again. And we get to do that twice, no penalty or bonus. Ooh, that seems nice. 11. Inside is a golden buckle worth d6 plus 2 gold coins. Okay. Let's note that down. Golden buckle. d6 plus 2. 5 plus 2. 7 gold coins. It's quite valuable. Okay, inside is a golden buckle worth d6 plus 2 gold coins and a potion. Roll on potion table 2, which is the good potion table, I believe. Now, as you are noticing, we've got the room which had the fight, which had the enemies with the loot, with the table with the extra potion loot, and it sort of opens up like a whole series of tables you have to roll on. So I'll just roll on the pouch table 1 again for the scout, and then we'll roll on potion table 2 afterwards, because I can't be bothered to switch around here. 7. A few coins rattle in the pouch. Alright, we're getting 2 more pouches, I believe. I hope I'm doing this correctly, but every time it says pouch table, I'm assuming we are just taking the pouch. A few coins rattle in the pouch gain 4d6 copper and 2d6 silver. Okay, let's do the copper first, 4d6. 11. So we'll go up to 11 copper coins and 2d6 silver coins. 8. These have been really nice rolls so far. So I cross out the 7 and put 15. So we're up to 3 gold, 15 silver and 11 copper, but we've got that 7 gold buckle and also the silk robe. We're loaded now. This is going really nicely. Let's look for potion table 2. Now, where would that be? Okay, so I found potions table 2, which is just 1d6. That's the one we got the potion of finesse earlier, which seems really strong, so I'm hoping for something like A3. That's a potion of resist magic. And we might have to start drinking some potions soon to free up space, because we're maxed on potions now. Yeah, resist magic, I have no clue what it does. Could guess, but I'll just look it up in between cuts next. But let's do the loot for the room first. If you survive, roll on BT1 plus 2. I have no idea what BT1 is. Bag table. Okay, bag table 1 again is just 2d6 plus 2. You spot a bag and open it. Inside you find the following. Let's hope for a big roll. Okay, not a big roll, but we've got the plus 2, so this will be a 6. There are 3 broken old metal tools in the bag, along with a lockpick. And then there's some lockpicks behind there. I don't know if we have to put lockpicks into a pouch. I think not, because it's tools, but what the heck, we have so many pouches. So I'll put in lockpicks. And I'll quickly check how the lockpicks work again, because it says behind them lockpick plus 1, in parentheses 3. Okay, so I've looked up the lockpick question. So the numbers behind the lockpick denote sort of the quality and the quantity. So the plus 1, I'll hold it up to the camera. We found lockpick plus 1 in parentheses 3. So the plus 1 means it gives plus 1 on lockpicking rolls. So higher numbers there means it's a better lockpick. And the 3 is how often you can use it. So 3 times. Also, I've just noted down the metal tools here. We'll just carry them around because we've got enough space and we can just throw them away. I don't know if they'll be of any use, but maybe for inventive usage, which we haven't done yet, or maybe as some sort of offering. Goes with the theme of carrying around lots of trash. We'll just go around carrying like metal tools and tongs and human teeth, like some sort of crazy dentist, I guess. Also, I've looked up what the potion of resist magic does. It allows you to ignore 1 successful magic maneuver against us, sort of just resisting a magic attack, as it says in the name. And also, I've looked up what the cathoto spines from earlier are, because I seem to remember it's one of the plants. And indeed it is. So it says here small spiky seed heads that have an oily core and limited applications, which doesn't sound great. But each dose can be sold for 2 gold coins, which is nice considering we have a total of, I guess, 10 gold coins of value. So 2 is quite nice. And also we could use them to make a soothing oil together with And something else, I don't remember what. Zomerus leaves, okay. Or a flame jar. So we'll just hold on to those, and if we find any more different plants, there's like a bit of sort of crafting you can do. Okay. So I've also just blinged out the sparring chamber, made it into a bit of a training room with some archery goals here and little training dummies, and then the sparring ring. Don't know how accurate that is, but that's how it looks like in my mind. And I think we'll do one more room and then that'll be it. And I'll have to cut this video together, and that's gonna be enough. Because I think we did quite a bit of nice progress here and found quite a bit of nice loot. So let's see what our next room holds for us. Oh, first of all, we'll have to see if this wooden door is locked. So again, wooden doors are only locked on a 6. 1 to 5, it's fine. And barely made it. 5. We can go through and see what awaits us. A 3 by 6 room. Another small room. Let's have it just go straight up here. And it's got 3 doors. Okay, so let's just put them like this. So that'll be another small room again. There's loads we haven't seen yet, because obviously with a D66 there's 36 different ones, so kind of annoyed we found so many empty spaces. Well, so many, 2, but more than I would like to find. 2 and a 5. A fire pit room. Oh, I remember I wrote that earlier when I didn't actually need to roll, so a large fire pit in the center of the room is full of glowing embers and ash. There's a merchant sitting on a stool by the pit. They stand and attack. Oh, I was already getting excited to trade, but no. Everyone's hostile. If you survive, roll on CT1. Random exits. That's something we haven't seen yet, and it's unique. Okay, so room number 10. Fire pit room, unique, and a merchant. And I'll look for the exits. 1 second. Okay, so random exits means you roll on the exit type table for that level. So each level of the dungeon has its own exit type table, and presumably they get harder the lower down you go. But we'll be rolling on exit type table 1, which is just a D66 again. Double 5, which is wooden doors. So off of this room, 3 wooden doors, which is fitting because it had a wooden door to begin with. And I've also pulled up the merchant. He's got 5 HP. And a shift of 1 as well. He's got an interrupt on primary 2s and 5s, so nothing that would concern us. And he's got 1 single maneuver on A1 and A3. So let's fight back. For 6, that's the wrong way around. Can't do anything with that. That's a miss, and the merchant attacks for 6 again, and he can't do anything with that either because, as I said, he's got 1 and a 3, so with 1 shift he's miles off. Speaking of 1 and a 3, he would like that, but these are mine. And I can't do anything with them, because again, I've only got 2 shifts, so if I take this up to a 3, I won't have enough to go down to a 2. Let's look at what he does. 2 and a 5. Again, way off a 1 and a 3. His single point of shift won't do anything for him there. So round 3. So far everyone's just been stabbing the air, sort of. 3, 5. Really? Only got 2 shifts still, because we're not in round 4 yet, and that's 3 of my thrust and even more of my heavy slash, I think 4 off. So I miss again, and the merchant 6 and a 4, way off again from his 1 and a 3. Okay, so we've both sort of flailed around aimlessly doing nothing for 3 rounds, so that now we're both getting kind of tired, which is what the fatigue dice sort of represents. So you really wouldn't guess that we killed like a cultist and a warrior and an apothecary earlier. We're just failing to even hit anything. Speaking of that, we miss again. And the merchant, 2 and a 6. So he's now got 2 shift, right? That's still way off a 1 and a 3. He'll need 4 shift for that. So round 5 of combat. So far nothing has happened. Yeah, so as with any good dice game, you will have rounds like that where just everyone misses repeatedly. 4 and a 4. Now that sounds like something. We'll do a heavy slash and hopefully just... I covered up the merchant. 5 HP. Okay, hopefully just obliterate him. 2 plus 2, which is 4. So he has 1 single HP left. Annoying. Let's see if he can do anything. 4 and a 4. Now he has 3 shift, right? So with his 3 shift he could get down to his primary 1, but then he still needs 1 more, so no luck there. Up to round 6, which means now both of us have 3 bonus shift. So I have 5. 2 and a 1. Let's do something with that. Not enough to get to the heavy slash, but we can get to the thrust just by using 2 shift, doing d6 damage. Now he, as I said, has interrupts on primary 2s and 5s, so this will kill him. I'm rolling anyway, just to get sort of annoyed at the result, I guess. Okay, he's done. He gives 6 XP, which means we're at 138. And he's got a wallet, who would have thought, with d6 gold coins and d6 silver coins. Okay, let's do the gold coins first. 5, and let's do the silver coins. 6. So we're getting 5 gold coins, putting us at 8, and 6 silver coins, putting us at 21. That was profitable. Could have gone much quicker if we hadn't missed that much. Let's look back at the room, which was the fire pit. They stand and attack, we did that. If you survive, roll on CT1. Okay, now what's that? Is that maybe like a coins table? No, it's a chess table. Always like guessing, just from the abbreviations, what the table is. CT1 is chess table 1. You spot a chest and open it. Inside you find the following. Now no bonus on this roll, just CT1. 2d6 added together, a 5. The chest contains a sack full of firewood, some of which is tied with thread. I guess we'll be taking that. So I'll note down the thread. which I guess I'll just put it into this pouch. We're running around with like a belt full of pouches. And we'll take the sack full of firewood, I guess, as a large item. Probably looking like Tingle from Legend of Zelda, running around with like a huge backpack full of tools and junk. But if anything can be sold later, that's fine. Or actually this is a fire pit room, so if we had any meat we'd be able to cook it now. That's something else I didn't talk about yet. You can always sort of dismember corpses of enemies. You can collect their blood if you have vessels and later offer that to one of the gods. I think the number 4 here, the Muratani, which I probably said completely wrong, takes blood and stuff as offerings. Also, if you fight any sort of animals, you can take their, like butcher them, take their meat and then grill it on a fire, but cannibalism not allowed, or at least not encouraged, reduces the shift to 0, so we won't be doing that. Only for shift reasons, of course. And we've not really fought any animals yet, which in my opinion can stay that way, why not? Also, if you do that, you get bloodied, which increases each room, and then you might lose HP if you can't clean yourself off, so I've decided not to mess with that yet. Might on a later level. Okay, but I think that'll be it. We found quite a nice bit of dungeon here in the middle. Had some nice fights, I think, 3 in a row. 2 double fights, and got quite a nice bit of loot. So this is how we're looking after this, in case you're interested. And quite a lot of potions as well. As always, if you notice any mistakes, if you've got any sort of tips concerning the game or concerning the video, I'm glad to hear them. And otherwise, I'll see you next time.